Now I want to have StatCrunch compute the confidence interval for this example directly. Previously I inputted all 15 of the GPAs in a column, and now I want to click on Stat and scroll down to T-Stats, and I have one sample, and now instead of having the summary statistics I have the raw data. Okay, so I need to select what column my data is in. So I'm going to select GPA, and then I want to select confidence interval. Now remember from the previous video, this example asks for a 99% level of confidence. Okay, so I'm going to change that to 0.99 and then click on compute. And let's take a look at the output. Okay, the output has the lower limit of 1.69 up to 3.15. Okay, again, you can round however you need to round. Okay, so this gives us the same information as what we got using the calculator. Now, one thing I went over in the last video was that I used the calculator to find the corresponding critical value. Now, if you don't have a newer TI-84, you can use StatCrunch to find the critical value if that's all you're looking for. Okay, to do that, I'm going to click on Stat and go to Calculators, my first option, and then I want to scroll down to T because we are using the T distribution. Okay, so it's going to open up a generic T distribution. Okay, and what I'm looking for is, recall from the previous video, I went ahead and sketched the bell-shaped distribution for the T distribution, and I shaded an area of 0.005 in each of the tails. Now to use the calculator, I needed to input a cumulative area of 0.995. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my degrees of freedom to 14, because I had 14 degrees of freedom for a sample size of 15, and I want my area to be, my cumulative area to be 0.995. Okay, so this less than or equal to default is going to give me that cumulative area of 0.995, and then in here it's going to give me that critical value. Okay. So notice that when I click on compute, it's shading the cumulative area up to the critical value. Okay, so right here the critical value is 2.977. Remember, that's the same critical value that the table gave us. Okay, so if I didn't want to put in the area cumulatively, this is where StatCrunch has a bit of advantage over the calculator. Okay, let's say for example I wanted to indicate that I had 0.005 area in the upper tail. Okay, so notice here it shaded that upper tail. It's essentially giving me the same information. Here's the value that separates the lower 0.995% of the area from the upper 0.005. Okay, so either way is fine, but I strongly suggest sketching the curve and shading the area for what you're looking for, and that will definitely help you with both the calculator and both with StatCrunch when you're trying to find critical values.